Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Can't say I was expecting to be making this video today, but lo and behold, I was in the midst of recording and working on some other videos for this upcoming week when I got a notie across my Twitter timeline from none other than the Ghost of Hope, known leaker and insider when it comes to Call of Duty information. And he just published a new report that, quite frankly, I can't believe is real. Obviously, it's a leak, it's a rumor as of right now. This could be something that Activision is talking about and then word got out and maybe it was just something they were contemplating doing and it doesn't come to fruition. It's also equally possible that this does come to fruition and it is concerning, to say the least. I don't really like the sound of it whatsoever. So let's dive into this report from the Ghost of Hope. He says, exclusive. Activision and Treyarch are currently planning to make changes to the Battle Pass within the release of Black Ops 7. Now you read that and it's like, okay, that could be good, that could be bad. You know, there's plenty of things they could change with the Battle Pass. Maybe they're adjusting some other things, adding in more worthwhile content because there's a lot of filler content. Maybe they're gonna upgrade the quality of Black Cell or whatever the case is. But then he goes on to say this. Black Ops 7 will reportedly have more seasonal limited time modes, and some of them would be considered quote unquote higher value, whatever that means, however you interpret that, with unique rewards and different game mechanics and modes. But the only way to play the LTMs will be to have the Battle Pass, unlike how it's currently free for everyone. This is insane to me. They're gonna start locking LTMs behind Battle Pass purchases. Keep in mind, this is for Black Ops 7, which will be a paid premium title, a 60, 70, 80, 90 plus dollar title, depending on which version of the game you get. There's already been a lot of controversy behind Call of Duty's microtransaction approach for a long time, especially in the current era of COD, where we originally just had the Battle Pass. Okay, that's fine, it's whatever. And then they go the extra step and they say, okay, $30 additional real life money every time, not even COD points. $30 additional for the Black Cell now. If you want the black and gold skins that are just recycled every single season and some exclusive stuff locked behind that. It's easier way to finish your Battle Pass. You get bonus tiers, this, that, whatever. It's like, okay, at least it's not mostly pay to win, but it's annoying that they're just, you know, charging even more in a game that's already a premium title, Black Ops 7. Now, if this was purely free to play, purely Warzone based, okay, sure, microtransactions in free to play games are no secret. They're gonna happen like crazy. Maybe it's a little bit more understandable there. The prices are still pretty absurd, but it's a free-to-play game. That's how they're making their money. In the paid version of Black Ops 6, though, this is already pretty extreme. And then the past year we start to see these premium events where not only is there a new event that drops and it has a free track, well, if you want some of the cooler content and some of the bonus stuff, well, now there's a premium event track where you have to go through and pay extra money for the events. It's essentially the equivalent of a bundle, but they market it through an event. So a little bit weird there. There was a lot of backlash when this first happened with like the Squid Game update and everything going on there. And since then they've doubled down and done even more. We have one going on currently with the whole high trip events and how there's the premium pass for that lets you go through and get some bonus content there. So the microtransactions are already crazy. You don't even have to bring up the store, which is absurd in its own right, how that somehow miraculously never breaks while the rest of the game is bug and glitch ridden every single major update. But the store, man, that thing is working flawlessly. And then you introduce this, where LTMs, limited time modes, let's say it's BR Quads 200 or whatever, is an LTM. It won't be that to an extent. It's just an example, of course. But that is only accessible if you buy a Battle Pass. That just seems so weird to me. Also, the concept of a limited time mode, it's not permanent. So you buy a Battle Pass, you get the Battle Pass content, whatever. If you're buying it to experience a mode, okay, well, that mode is here one week, it's gone the next. You bought it. That seems insanely sketchy, insanely greedy. Just another way to add, you know, a paywall to something. You think matchmaking is strict now? Wait till you're trying to queue into a mode that's only accessible from people who bought the Battle Pass. That's gonna limit it even more. You may recall back in the day when Call of Duty had DLC packs, like Modern Warfare 3, for example. If you got on the game early, like right after a new DLC pack dropped and you tried to queue for a match, you would play the sweatiest people and it would take forever to find a lobby, or you just play the same lobby every single time because the matchmaking queue and the matchmaking pool was so limited because it was only queuing for people who also had that DLC. That's kind of like what this would be. This just sounds insane. Now, he does also go on to say they are planning on taking the higher tier skins and loot and the crossover operators for LTMs and making them only accessible to Battle Pass owners instead of having a premium event track we currently get during the Reloaded updates. So essentially it'd be like if the high trip event now and like the Seth Rogen skin and everything was added to the Battle Pass, and you'd gain access to that when the LTM was then released. So I guess in that sense, it'd be adding more value to the Battle Pass. This is assuming they keep the price of the Battle Pass the same. Maybe they update it to 3,000 COD points for the premium, or Black Cell is $45 or something. Like, I wouldn't put it past them to do that. This just, it seems so ridiculous that we're actually having this conversation, and yet realistic because it's Call of Duty. And they love doing stuff like this. Now, Hope is asked, if I'm reading this right, you just need the standard battle pass. It's not for the people that purchase Black Cell. If that's the case, that's another L. Otherwise, it sounds good. Like, maybe people view this as, okay, there's more to do. There's more value out of the battle pass. I understand that perspective. I also understand that it's like, okay, now they're just adding in more monetization, more microtransactions constantly, right? To this anyways, Hope responds, was told it's any battle pass owner, so base pass or Black Cell, would get this LTM bonus, right? But I'm sure Black Cell would get something more because it always does. Like, they're gonna want to incentivize buying the Black Cell even more, whether that is changing up the value of the skins, maybe upping the price that you're getting more out of it. Whatever the case is, they add another stipulation to it, so it's like, oh, more enticing to buy this and spend your real money on it. You know, half the price of the current game essentially for each Black Cell every season. They've already done like the XP bonuses, which is kind of pay to win in a sense for Black Cell owners. Like, it's crazy. It's definitely a fear of missing out, you know, marketing tactic for the battle pass, as if it's not already the #1 seller on Steam every single time a new season's released, and you know, a large chunk of their revenue each and every season. Crazy that it's about to get potentially even more extreme, and they're kind of just doing it as a test on Black Ops 7, since this game's already set up to be a little bit strange considering it's a back-to-back release from Treyarch, and there's already a lot of concerns and red flags with that in and of itself that we'll talk about in different videos further down the road. But like I said, this was a surprising turn of events when it comes to news here. When I saw this tweet come across my timeline, I actually genuinely was very surprised at what I was reading, because never did I think that Call of Duty would then take it to the extra step of, oh, we have microtransactions for everything. We're now going to charge you to play specific modes in our upcoming season. So this is pretty insane. There's no other way to describe it other than that, right? Very curious to see if this is something that was, as I mentioned at the start of the video, more so, you know, a conversation and passing an idea that was brought up maybe to a focus group or something, and it's them testing the waters and sort of experiencing, oh, we could do this. Is this something that would actually pay off? Or if it's something that's actually fully in the pipeline and is planned. Obviously, only time is going to tell here. We'll find out when we get more information on Black Ops 7, which truthfully shouldn't be that far into the future. You know, late spring, early summer is reveal season for COD, so we'll have to keep our eyes out on Black Ops 7 info. Obviously, as anything surfaces, whether it's leaks and rumors like this, anything official, this is the place to be to stay up to date with everything going on in COD. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications to stay in the know. And if you enjoyed this video, despite the pretty absurd news, a like rating is always appreciated for the purpose of helping grow the channel. Much love to everyone who does take the time to do so. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.